I'm Jordan Raynor, and this is the Word Before Work.
Today we're reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 19 through 21. Here's what Paul says in that letter. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing. Keeping God's commands is what counts. Each person should remain in the situation they were in when God called them. Were you a slave when you were called? Don't let it trouble you. Although if you can gain your freedom, do so. Again, that's Paul writing in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 19 through 21. My pastor, Chris Basham, offers this analogy about God's will that I love. Imagine you set up a backyard full of activities for your kids. A pool, a swing set, monkey bars, a trampoline, a football, etc., etc. And you tell your kids that they are free to play with anything they like in the backyard as long as they stay inside the fence. Because beyond the fence lies a pond filled with venomous snakes. Now, imagine your kids keep asking, "Dad, can I throw the football?" At some point, you would say, "Of course you can. I wouldn't have put it there if I didn't want you to enjoy the football." Many of us act like those kids, constantly asking God for permission to do things He has already permitted. And I think that's what Paul is addressing in today's passage. The Corinthians, young in their faith, were asking, should we be circumcised? Should we change our jobs? And Paul's response was basically, it doesn't matter. Quote, keeping God's commands is what counts, end quote. That is His will, as we saw last week. Friend, if all of your options are within the fence of obedience to God's commands, you are free to choose. Paul's words in today's passage brings me to the second truth for discerning God's will for your work. Here it is. God's will is that His children would have free will within the boundaries of His commands. This may explain, by the way, why you sometimes don't hear a clear answer from the Lord when weighing two equally God-honoring choices. God just might not have an opinion. It's not that He doesn't care. He simply might be delighting in your freedom. Extending my pastor's analogy, imagine your kids asking not for your permission per se, but for your opinion on something. Should I swim in the pool or should I jump on the trampoline, Dad? Your response would likely be, you choose, kid. As long as you stay in the fence and want me to be with you, I'm thrilled. Now, let me be clear. You very well may hear a clear answer from the Lord regarding the decision you have to make. But maybe God's lack of an answer is His answer. You are my child, we can hear Him saying, and as long as you stay within the boundary of my commands, you are safe and you are free. Paul's words in 1 Corinthians 10:31 are instructive here. Quote, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God, end quote. In other words, if your motivation as you make decisions is the glory of God, you are free to do whatever that honors Him. Glorify Him today by choosing freely within the boundaries of His commands.
Today's devotional only scratches the surface of how God's Word connects to our work. If you want to go deeper, sign up for my free 20-day devotional called The Word Before Work Foundations at twbwfoundations.com. These email devotionals are designed to help you gain a rich understanding of the biblical narrative of work, how exactly your work matters for eternity, and what those truths mean for how we ought to work today. You can sign up right now, again, for free at twbwfoundations.com.